Okay, so I would like to introduce myself. My name is Vidya Shekhar, and overall I have 13 years of experience. And throughout my career, I was in QA. I've been working with multiple automation tools like Tosca, Selenium, Catalan Studio, RenderX. For the last 4 years, I've been working on Tosca. So I would like to share my knowledge and experience. uh, I'd like to share my knowledge and experience with you. This is an introduction session. I would like to, what you will get by understanding, or what you'll get by this, by the end of this session is, you will come to know what is Tosca and why should we learn Tosca and what is a roadmap if you want to make a career in Tosca. Okay, this is what is the main agenda of this session. The session will be for close to 1 hour. And we'll be also having your question and answers as part of this session. Okay, and coming to the background, right? So here, like basically, as you know, like there will be two type of people who will be generally joining or attending this particular session. The people who are from the manual testing background and who want to upgrade their knowledge and make a career in automation. And the second set of people is like they already know one of the automation tools like Selenium, and from there they want to learn Tosca. So this is how I get the background of the students who generally attend this course. Okay, so am I correct? You fall under one of this category, correct? Yes or you are completely new to testing? May I know who's completely new to testing who want to make a career in testing? Anybody is completely new to testing and who want to make a career in testing? Yes, no?
No, no, I think.
So everybody have some knowledge of that. Okay, Siddharth Reddy is completely new. So basically, I'm not going to discuss about anything related to manual testing in this particular course. We are going to learn about what is automation and what are the tools which are available in the market related to automation and why should you join Tosca. That is the main intention of this particular course. So as you all know, right, like testing can be done in two ways. One is manual and one is automation. So what happens in manual testing is like basically you are given some set of test cases. You are going to prepare some set of test cases in Excel or using some test management tool. And once a build is deployed, you are going to start executing your test cases. Okay, that means what a tester will do. The tester will read each and every step in the document or of the test case, and he will execute each and every step. For example, open the application URL. Okay, click on accounts page, enter pay amount. So this is how he is going to read it. And but here, when it comes to automation testing, right, you are going to create a script, and the tool is going to execute a script on behalf of you. Okay, so what are the advantages? Like basically manual testing is nothing but a human being is sitting in front of the computer and he is carefully executing the steps. When it comes to automation, right, the tool is going to execute the test. So why should we shift from manual to automation is basically right now we are working in agile scrum methodology, right? And one advantage is like here now the scope has been changed. Like you have to test an application on multiple browsers, okay, and multiple environments. So practically testing the application on multiple environments like on Windows operating system or Safari and different browsers like Chrome, Firefox, right, is a time-taking process and expensive process. So what you are going to do is you are going to create a script for one of the environment and you are going to execute that script in multiple environments. So basically, manual is more expensive if you are hiring a resource for every environment, and that can be reduced with the help of automation. Because this is what you know. So these are some of the disadvantages: time consuming. So manual testing is always time consuming. Okay, and it is compared to less reliable. Why? Because the results will depend upon the knowledge of the tester on that particular application. Okay, when a fresher is testing that application, right, the results will be different, or if an experienced person is testing, right, then the results are going to be different. So why automation is like, basically it is for faster execution. Okay, and you will always get the reliable results. And basically what we are going to do is, you can cover wherever there is a repetition, right? For example, you want to repeat a same test case with different data sets. Let's say you want to create an insurance policy where you have close to 300 fields. Okay, you have to test all these 300 fields with different data sets. In that scenario, automation is helpful. Okay, so any questions till here from anyone? Yes, any questions from anyone at this point? We are good, right? Fine, thank you. Okay, but do you think that there are any drawbacks of automation? Yes, there are drawbacks of automation. Basically, what are the drawbacks of automation is, you can automate the script only on stable environment. Okay, if your application is not stable, okay, if your elements, for basically when you're talking about application, right, it can be a web application, or it can be a Windows based application, or it can be a web service testing also. Okay, or a mobile application. So one thing is, like, whenever you want to start automation, right, application should be stable. So that is the reason why what companies do is, initially they test the application manually. If it is stable, then they are going to perform automation. So why should you perform automation? What is the reason? One reason is, like, you are targeting multiple environments. That is one reason. Any other reason? Can anybody can guess why should you perform automation? Why industry is implementing automation only? Why they are hiring only automation testers, not manual testers in the market? Any idea or any guess?
It takes less time consuming.
Money.
Yeah, please go ahead.
It takes less time consuming compared to manual.
Correct. And what could be other reasons?
Even the resources,
And also
we hire instead of 4 people, only 2 or 1 can handle the project independently.
Okay.
Defects are very less compared to the manual.
Okay, correct. See, basically what happens, let me put it in this way. For example, you have a very big system. Okay, you have one very big system. For example, an ERP application you are having, like an insurance based application. Okay, it's an ERP application. So when I say it's an ERP application, you are going to have multiple subsystems in it. That means, for example, when you are working on real-time projects, you have one system called as the entry where registration. Registration means you are going to take all the inputs from the user. Basically, it is called as I'm going to give one name for it. It is called as NBF. NBF stands for New Business Fulfillment. Like, you are getting a new customer for your product. Okay. So once you take all the details, right, you have one more module. You have one more module called as billing module. Okay, because once see, basically you are you think that you are developing, you are testing an insurance application, and here what happens is a customer is going to purchase a policy. A simple example will take LIC. Okay, life insurance policy. So whenever you are purchasing a life insurance, right, there will be a billing module involved. So it talks about how you are making the premiums, like whether you are making the payments monthly, whether you are making the payments quarterly, half yearly, or annually. Okay, and next thing is you have one more module called as accounting. Okay, you have one more module called as accounting, and you have one more module called as servicing. Servicing means for a customer, you need to provide some services. Okay, what are the different types of services you are going to provide? Okay, for example, the services would be like initially the customer billing frequency was half yearly. He want to convert it into half yearly. So that is one of the service which you are going to provide. And the other one would be the customer want to change his address. The customer want to change his phone number. The customer want to add a new nominee. I'm taking an insurance-based application like LIC. Okay, I'm taking an insurance-based application like, because everybody is familiar with this concept. I'm taking this application. Okay, so basically what happens, like, and let me take one more module called as claims. Okay, like finally you keep on paying money to the LIC, right? Either at the maturity or the event of a death, right? You will be getting the money. So each one is a subsystem. Okay, each one is a subsystem, and always there is a connectivity between these subsystems. Everything should interact. Okay, everything should interact with this subsystem. It's not single direction, it is bi-direction. So when you're testing in a huge product, right? Now what happened is they have started implementing the system, and they have given one build to the testing team. Okay, so they have given one build to the testing team, and testing team has identified some defects. Okay, when testing team has identified defects, right, they are going to give one more build to the testing team, right? So when you are working in huge systems, practically testing it manually is not feasible. Okay, so that is the reason why most of the companies will depend upon automation. Okay, even forget about multiple environments and multiple data sets. Within a system, testing all the modules is itself is difficult. So that is the reason why we will be using automation in our day-to-day real-time practices. Okay, now why Tosca is popular? Okay, why Tosca is popular? So what are the did anybody have an idea on any of the program on the automation tools? Did anyone work on any of the automation tools like Selenium? I think most of the people would be knowing Selenium, right? Selenium, UFT. Any idea of any of the tools from this session?
I know Selenium, Sahi Pro, Catalan Studio. So I basically worked on Datadog. So I worked on them.
Oh, who is this? May I know your name, please?
Yeah, this is Vinayak.
Vinay. Oh, okay. Fine. See, if you look at the evolution, of automation, right? Initially, when a tool is launched, right, we used to have this record and playback option. Like we used to record the user actions, and it is to get a script for us. But there was a lot of maintenance effort in that. Whenever you want to perform a one more action, again you have to record the script. It is somewhat similar to your manual testing. Okay, but then later they come up with script-based automation. Like for example, they have designed multiple frameworks like keyword-driven framework, data-driven framework, page object model. Okay, Cucumber, BDD framework, which is based on the script. Now the third option is model-based framework. Okay. So what is the full form of Tosca? Okay, there is an abbreviation. Tosca is not a word; it's an abbreviation. We have an abbreviation for it. Tosca stands for Topology and Orchestration Specification for Cloud Applications. So whenever you are talking about cloud application, this is the current trend, right? This is a current trend, or this is the current market. So everybody is now moving to cloud. So what do you mean by everybody moving to cloud? What do you mean by cloud application? Any idea?
It's a centralized.
What is a cloud application?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
centralized
For
machine.
example, the best example everybody knows is your Google Drive, right? Your Google Drive, or your whatever you are working on, your Google tools, right? Like your OneDrive. Many people will be having access to OneDrive, right? OneDrive or Google Drive. Are you aware of these tools, OneDrive and Google Drive? These are the tools which
Yes.
you use on a daily basis, either
Yes, we are aware.
personally or in the office. So basically, you have some storage, like for example, and in your Google also, like basically by default you'll be getting 15 GB of space. After that, you need to purchase the space, right? So what happens, like earlier, when a software company was developing a particular a product or an application, right? All the infrastructure used to be taken care by the company itself, like all the servers, all the network related issues and security related issues are taken by the company itself. Now, this tedious task of managing the servers, managing the network, managing the configurations is taken care by the cloud operators. So the major cloud operators are Amazon, AWS, okay, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud. Now your focus is only on developing the product. You are not going to bother about the infrastructure. You are going to take the help of the cloud people. So basically, Tosca is targeting the cloud applications only. Okay, and there is one more term called as orchestration, which we'll see later. Okay, and now who has developed Tosca means it is developed by a company called as Tricentis. Okay, it is developed by a company called as Tricentis, and it is developed in collaboration with one more consulting firm called as GmbH. Okay, it is an Australian based company. Okay, so if you want to see the official site of Tosca, right, just type Tosca, you'll be going to the official site of Tosca. So this is the organization which has developed Tosca. Okay, so Tricentis is an organization which has developed Tosca. So when you click on Tricentis, right, it has multiple products. Tosca is not only the product which it has, so it has covered all the aspects of testing. Okay, so this is what we are currently learning. We are learning a tool called as Tricentis Tosca. Basically, it is a part of the functional test automation. Okay, and I think you know the difference between functional testing and non-functional testing, right? Everybody is aware of it. Is it correct, or you want me to explain what is functional and what is non-functional testing? Yes, anyone can reply from this group.
Non-functional testing comes under performance testing.
See, basically, how it happens is you are given a requirement. So customer gives a requirement, and the development team is going to develop the application as per the requirement. This is what we know. Okay, and the testing team is going to certify whether the developer has developed the product or an application as per the requirement. Correct? Okay, this is nothing but functional testing. Okay, so you are verifying whether the product is developed as per the requirement. For example, you are using Amazon website. Many people are familiar with Amazon website. What is the purpose of Amazon website? You can search for a product and you can purchase that particular product, and once you make the payment and give the shipping address, right, the product will be delivered to your house. Okay, if you are able to perform this transaction, whether you are able to purchase a product should be available in the warehouse, and next thing is you have to make the payment. If the billing is successful, then the product will be delivered to you. This is called as functional testing. Okay, testing whether using Amazon website you are able to purchase a product or not. Now, what is performance testing or non-functional testing is when 100 people are simultaneously accessing an Amazon website. For example, during the sale time, right? When generally you have the mobile sale, like Xiaomi mobiles or iPhone mobiles, right? So when people are simultaneously trying to access the application, how the system is behaving. You have different types of testing like load test, stress test, spikes test, all of that will be part of the performance testing. Okay, and similarly, you have one more thing called as data integrity testing, where you are going to deal only with data, and they have Tosca is also targeting specific ERP applications like SAP or Salesforce, and recently they started with ServiceNow applications. Okay, and apart from functional and performance testing, they are also providing one test management tool called as Qtest. Any idea what is a test management tool?
Managing all testing activities.
Correct. For example, if it is a small project or a small organization, people will be using which tool? People will be using Excel. Okay, but as a number of test cases grow, it will be a tedious task to manage it on Excel. So people use tools like Qtest. Qtest is one tool which is used for creating your test cases, executing your test cases, all these things it can be performed with QTest. Okay. Similarly, what are the other tools which are available in the market for performing is there is a tool called as Jira. Okay. Using Jira also you can create your test cases, you can log defects, you can execute your test case also possible with Tosca. You need to install some plugins. Using that you can. What is the other tool which is available in the market for test management? We have a software called as ALM, Application Lifecycle Management is one more tool. So when the reason why I'm saying all these things is when you are working on Tosca, right, the tool which mostly you will use for creating your test cases or creating your bugs would be QTest. Okay, so you should, at least you should be aware of these terms while attending the interview. So what are the tools which are developed by the same company? When it comes to functional, they are using Tricentis Tosca. When it comes to performance, they are using Neoload, and when it comes to test management, they are using QTest. And for whenever it comes to report testing, like your business intelligence report testing, they are using a tool called as Tricentis Analytics. Okay, this is how you need to understand. So any questions still here? So I told you how the automation has been evolved. Initially it was record and playback, then it is script based, now it is model based. Okay, I'll come to the point what is meant by model based and what is the full form of Tosca: topology and orchestration specification for cloud application. Any idea what is orchestration? Anybody know this term? What is orchestration? Okay, we'll discuss this as part of the course. See, orchestration is nothing but service virtualization. Okay, what do you mean by service virtualization? For example, you can say that with any tool I can test the application, right? Why should I purchase Tosca and why should I start testing? With Selenium also I can test an application. With Catalan Studio also I can test an application. With RenderX also I can test an application, right? Why should I pay money to you and I should buy this tool? Means there are some factors which are not supported by the other tools, and that is the reason why Tosca is becoming popular. One of the most important feature is service virtualization. So what do you mean by service virtualization? Means, for example, you are testing an application. So when I say you are testing an application is a combination of 3 layers, right? An application is a combination of 3 layers. The first layer is the UI. Okay, the first layer is UI, second layer is API, and the third layer is DB. Do you agree with this point? And there is always there is always there is an interaction between API, UI, and DB, and vice versa. Correct? So let's say your DB is down, or they have not developed the scripts for DB. Let's say your DB is down. That means you are going to say that my application is down, I cannot do testing. This is not possible, because you cannot wait until the DB is up or they have created the tables or they have created the store procedure. So what you can do is you can mock this DB. Mocking this DB means what response you will get from the DB, right? That can be done with service virtualization. So this is a bit advanced concept. We can come to this later. So in high level, I'm telling you, whenever one of the service is not available. So I was talking about integration testing also, right? So what happens in integration testing? You have different modules, okay, like a billing module, accounting module, a claims module. If one of the module is down, you are going to say testing is failed? No, you cannot say like that. You have to mark that the response of that particular module. So this is possible in Tosca. Like if one of the component is down or if one of the feature is not yet developed, still you can perform testing using a concept called as orchestration. Orchestration is nothing but service virtualization. Okay, and let's say UI is not developed, okay, only backend is developed, then you can perform API testing. So Tosca is one tool which supports UI automation, API testing, mobile testing, DB testing, and everything in and out it will support. There is no tool available in the market which supports all the all types of testing. That is the advantage of Tosca. Is this clear? Yes. And whenever I'm talking about Tosca, right, it's a product of Tricentis. Okay. And the main target is it is used for testing enterprise applications, very huge applications which they are going to target. So that is the reason why you find this Tosca opening in big organizations only. You will not find Tosca opening in small organizations. Two reasons. One is it's a very expensive tool. Second one is it is only used for testing large applications. Small applications can be done with any tool. Okay. Now, why should I go with this tool? Okay, why should I go with for this tool? Why should I choose Tosca over other tools? Okay, there are some features which are available in Tosca. One of the feature is model-based test automation. What do you mean by model-based test automation? Is basically you are treating a page, for example, they have given some demo applications for our testing purpose. So Tosca has given one application for our testing purpose. Basically, I have to test this. It's an online shopping similar to your Amazon. Whenever I want to test this particular application, right, what I'm going to do is, for example, registration is there. Okay, this is a registration page, right? So the whole thing I'm going to take it as one model, and I'm going to scan these elements. How many elements I have in this? I have an element called as gender. I have an element called as first name, last name, email. So everything is scanned, and scanning of these particular elements is called as module in Tosca. Okay, scanning of particular elements is called as module in Tosca. It is used for scanning. They call it as scanning, or we can call it as for identifying elements. Identifying elements. So in Selenium, how do you identify elements? Any idea from anybody?
Inspector. By ID.
By using locators. Okay, driver.find element by ID. This is how you are going to identify the locators, right? So here you have by ID, by name, tag name, CS, class names, all these things you are going to do. But here you are going to scan this particular model. I'll tell you that. I'm trying to tell you why should you go for Tosca. Okay, what are the benefits of Tosca? And the other one is you have a separate section called as test case design. So you can ask me, I can design test case in any tool. Okay, I can design a test case in any tool, right? What is the specialty of this test case design? So what is the specialty of this test case design means? I'll tell you. I'll show you practically. I'll show you this. For example, look at here. For example, you have one. Let's say you have one field. Okay, like drop down. There is a drop down which is having 4 values like mini, standard, flat rate, and prepaid. Okay, you have these 4 fields. Similarly, you have one more drop down with these values. Okay, 1 to 100 like this you have. So how many you have? 4 plus 4, 4 plus 5. You have how many combinations are you will be getting? 4 into 5, that is 20 combinations you will be getting, right? So basically, what it is going to perform here is, if you create, if you scan this element, and if you scan this particular element, and once you say click on linear expansion, it will generate the design for you. This is the advantage of it will generate all your test data for you automatically. That is the advantage of this test case design section. Okay, which we will see later as part of the course, how to automatically create the test data. You need not manually do it. It is following some techniques. One of the technique is called as a linear expansion, and there's one more things which are available. Orthogonal is one more technique. Using this, you can directly generate the combinations of your test case. So these are the different ways. It will you need not manually write the design the test data. Automatically, it will create using, if you are selecting all combinations, right? It will go with 5 into 4, 20 test cases. It will automatically create it for you. So this feature is not available in other tools. So this saves a lot of time if you are working with Tosca. Okay. And I was talking about orchestrated service virtualization means whenever one of your system is down or when one of your DB is down, then you can simulate it. Okay, you can simulate it, or you can mock that particular service. Mock means what is the end results you are getting from that service can be given to the requested system. So this is not possible in other tools. Okay, and there is one more thing, test data management. You can manage your test data in your DB and also through services. These services are called as TDM, test data management services, which is not available in other tool. And it supports all the technologies which are available in the market. For example, if you look at Selenium, right? Selenium will support only web-based applications, whereas Tosca will support web, Windows, mobile, API. Okay, and there is almost one more concept called as risk-based coverage. Risk coverage or optimization. Risk coverage optimization means, for example, you have 100 test cases. Okay, in general, in order to execute these 100 test cases, you require around 3 days of time. Okay, but you are not given 3 days of time to execute. You are only given 1 day of time to execute the test case. At that time, you need to identify the minimal set so that you can complete your testing in 1 day. That is possible with risk-based coverage optimization. Is this clear? Why should I go for Tosca? Is this clear what I'm talking? Is it making sense? Or any questions from anybody? Yes. Any questions from anybody? Oh. Okay. So if you ask me, what can be done with Tosca, means you can perform risk-based testing with the help of Tosca. You can manage your test data. You can perform even manual testing in Tosca. You can generate some reports, okay, using analytics. You can do exploratory testing. What is exploratory testing? When your requirements are not clear, then you are going to perform exploratory testing. Okay, and you can perform service virtualization. Okay, and you can also have this impact analysis in combination with the risk-based testing. Okay, you can perform load testing. There is separate tools for test data management, which is called as TCD and TDM, which comes under test data management, and you can integrate with continuous integration tools like your Jenkins or Azure DevOps, and also you can perform your report testing, that is ETL reports or business intelligence reports and big data, and also you can perform API testing. There is no tool in the market which supports all these features. That is the reason why Tosca is popular. Okay, is it clear what I'm saying? Fine. So you can ask this, does Tosca require coding? No, that is the benefit of Tosca. So Tosca is scriptless, means you need not write any code. Okay, whenever you are working on Tosca, right, you need not write any code using Tosca. Okay, but it will generate code for you. You should have that programming knowledge, but you need not write any code. That is the main advantage. So manual testers can easily learn Tosca when compared to other tools like Selenium or Catalan Studio. The learning curve is less in Tosca when compared to other tools. Okay, and it is very easy to use. See, whenever you are working with a tool like Selenium, you need to depend on a framework, like for example, keyword driven framework or hybrid framework or a Cucumber framework. It itself provides a framework which is called as model based framework. So you need not to worry about the framework part also. Okay, it provides an approach, so you need not worry about a framework. Tosca will give you a framework which is called as model based testing framework. Okay, and always searching for the results or searching for some data in Tosca is very useful. There is a language called as TSQL. Okay, there is a language called as TSQL for company. And if you ask me, are there any drawbacks of Tosca? Yes, there are some drawbacks of Tosca also. One thing is it works only with Windows operating system. It will not work with Mac or Linux operating system. Okay, it will not work with Mac or Linux operating system. Okay, and there is one more challenge is, I told you, right, you need to scan that particular element. Okay, so whenever a new element changes or a new value gets added, right, it is bit time taking to again scan that particular element. That is one of the drawback of Tosca. Okay, so scanning is not, it is bit difficult to handle different modules. So scanning a module, like preparing your elements, is nothing but modules. Fine. And there are many things which are part of Tosca, which we'll be seeing later. And now if you are comparing Tosca with Selenium, Tosca is a paid tool. You need to pay a licensing fee for it. Whereas coming to Selenium, right, it is an open source and there is no cost associated with it. Okay, but one advantage you get is, if you are stuck in your code, if you are not able to identify your element, or if your script is failing, right, you can directly raise a support ticket. Okay, you can directly raise a support ticket and the team is going to help you with the issues. But Selenium don't have a dedicated team. You need to post a query or you need to search in Google for your solution. Okay, and here by default you get a framework, whereas Selenium, right, it depends on the project which you are working on. Some people will go with keyword driven framework, some people will go with page object model, some people will go with hybrid, and some people will go with Cucumber model. Okay, and Tosca requires no coding. This is where it is becoming popular. There's no coding required for Tosca, whereas Selenium is heavily dependent on coding. And it has a very rich set of libraries. Already inbuilt code is there. You can reuse that. If you are working with Excel, directly you can reuse the functions which are available. Already they have written the code. It has a very rich set of library. For working with Excel, you have to write a very big code in Selenium. If you want to compare PDF files, you have to write a very big code in Selenium. This functionality is already there in Tosca. And you need to depend on third-party tools for generating reports like Extend reports or TestNG reports, right? Here by default you will be getting the reports. Tosca has an inbuilt reporting feature. Okay, inbuilt reporting feature. And so this is what all you can perform in Tosca. So installation and all these things we'll see later. Just I will show you the tool and what are the components of that particular tool. So this is how the tool looks like, and this is the version which we'll be using. It's a heavy tool. It takes around 1.8 GB of space in order to run this particular tool. Okay, so for example, you can create any particular project here or a workspace. People call it as a workspace. Just click on that. It will load the tool. I was talking, right? So initially you need to identify the elements in this particular section. So preparing your elements or identifying your elements on which you are going to perform operation are placed on the module section. Okay, and this is a test case section, is a section where you create your test cases. Okay, and I was talking about risk-based testing, right? So you are given very less time and you need to execute more number of test cases. So you need to map your requirements to your test cases and identify critical scenarios. That is the reason why you have a tab called as requirements for your risk-based testing. And you have test case. I was talking, right? Depending on the number of elements in your field in your drop down, like 5 into 4. If you have 4 elements, right, automatically you can design 4 test cases for it. This is possible in test case design. And for your execution of your test cases, you are going to use this section. And whenever there is a whenever you want to log defects, you are going to use the issue section. And whenever you want to run your test case on multiple environments, you want to run your test case on your development environment, you want to run your test case on your testing environment or UAT, right? You can make use of this tool. Okay. Finally, you have test planning, where you can create your test plans in Tosca. This is about the tool. Okay. And it is a paid tool. You need to take a license, or you can purchase a demo license, free license for 2 months of time. After 2 months of time, it will not work. Again, you need to uninstall it, and again you have to install. Is this clear about Tosca? Okay, so this is the web how to purchase the tool, a demo license or a free license. So what you have to do is you have to go to this particular tool. Okay, you have to go to this particular website. Okay, and you have to register. Okay, saying that I want this particular tool. Okay, I want this particular tool, and once you register, right, you can directly go here and you can log in. Okay, so once you log in, you can go to this particular tool. Like, you have to select which product you want. You have to select Tricentis Tosca and which version you want. Click on downloads. Okay, click on downloads. Let's say I want to work on a version called as 14.0. Okay, click on 14.0, and this is the one you have to download. Okay. And one more important thing is, while you are registering it, right, it will not register with your Gmail account. Okay, you have to use a company account for registering it. See, it is asking for a business mail ID. See, it will not work with your Gmail. Okay, you have to register with your company email ID only. Okay, we are looking into it. Like, we'll try to see how we can give this license tool. Any crack version is available. We'll be working on this and we'll be communicating to you. Okay, so this is about the tool. Okay, this is about the tool, how to download and how to install, and we can perform everything in Tosca. Okay, all different types of testing you can perform in Tosca. So once the activation is successful, you will be getting like a message like this, which says that you have access to all these particular packages. And later we'll see what is the architecture of Tosca. This is the architecture I was talking, right? Test data management, you have one method which is called as TDM, and you have OSV is for service virtualization. Tosca server is for creating your users, creating your workspaces, performing exploratory testing, and Dex server is for distributed, where you want to distribute the load on multiple systems. And I was talking about, like, already there is a very good library where you can perform, right? That is called as Tbox. This is the where you have all the libraries, like Excel library to work with Excel, PDF library to work with PDF. This is the architecture of Tosca. Okay, so this is what I want to explain. If you have any questions, you can ask me, and we can discuss further. Now it's a time for your question and answer section. Let me know if you have any questions.
What is the prerequisites for this?
The prerequisite for this is you should have the .NET 4 framework installed in order to install this particular tool. And you need to have any 8. Yeah, sorry. Tell me.
Prerequisite knowledge.
Okay, knowledge. You need to be familiar with manual testing in order to work with Tosca, at least.
Is there any automation knowledge?
Coding knowledge is not required.
Coding knowledge is not required, but concepts you should know. You are not going to code it, but you need to tell when to use a buffer, like when to use a variable, when to do looping iterations. You need to have that concepts, but practically you are not going to type it. You are not going to write code like how you write it in your Selenium.
Do we need to familiar on any ERP or any applications like you said SAP and Salesforce are using that? So do we need to have a knowledge on those or any other tool ERPs?
See, basically having knowledge is always good, but it is not mandatory. For example, if you want to work on Salesforce application, knowing Salesforce application is good, but intention here is to learn Tosca, but not Salesforce. Okay, having is good. It will help you in learning it much faster. But in order to test a Salesforce application, you don't require Salesforce knowledge. You require Tosca knowledge.
Actually, Selenium, Salesforce is using Selenium already. Again, why Tosca is needed? I just can you give me clarity?
Yeah, see, as part of the demo I was explaining, right? Service virtualization is not possible in Selenium. Okay, and also test case design, like whenever you have different combinations, like 4 records, 4 drop down values and 5 drop down values, the combination is 5 into 4, 20, right? That you need to manually do it in Selenium, but whereas here it is done automatically. And whenever you want to do this risk based testing, right, it is not possible in Selenium. These are the advantages of Tosca over Selenium.
Okay, so for very few scenarios, they go for Tosca. I'm curious. I'm asking.
No,
What is
not
the
for very
risk?
few scenarios. For example, if you want to see when an application is being developed, it will be developed in such a way. Initially, they'll be doing UI web testing, web services, and then they'll bring UI. So you cannot, if you are working on a very big application, you cannot wait till complete application is developed. So if you want to perform API testing, then Selenium will not support API testing. And if you want to work on mobile, then Selenium is not going to support mobile testing. If you want to test your business intelligence reports, it is not going to support. You need to spend a lot of time in developing the framework and interacting with the reports, test reports, and risk-based testing is not possible with Selenium.
Yeah, okay.
So, Shekhar, I'm from non-technical background, so can I enhance the skills easily
See,
when compared to technical?
basically, as it doesn't require coding skills, I would say this would be the first step. You need to start with Tosca, and you can try to learn and explore it. It will not be challenging for you. The learning curve would be minimal, even though if you're from a non-technical background.
So, Shekhar, will you provide
Actually,
the recording sessions?
I think yes, the Visual Path provides the recording sessions.
actually, I have 11 years of experience in manual testing and mainframe. So entirely, I'm new to coding side like Java. So is it possible to learn Tosca without coding knowledge, or do I need to learn any concepts before this?
You have to learn concepts. See, for example, if you have a variable, right, you should know what is a variable, because here also we'll be using variables, but here it is called as a buffer.
Okay.
Okay. If you know concept, it is always helpful, Bhargavi.
Okay.
Okay. But you need not know at the depth of what you have in Java. Like you have different types of variables, right? Like a static variable, instance variable, and a local variable, right? So you need not learn at that level. Okay. So generally you have a simple concept called as buffer. Buffer is a location where you store your data, and always having programming knowledge is good. Okay. You need so that you can correlate.
Okay. Thank you.
And have one doubt, like, what is the ratio of the company using the Selenium versus like Tosca? Because as you said, it is a licensed versions. So, what is the use of it? So, I was not getting.
See, practically speaking, in the market, Tosca is comparatively lesser if you are comparing with Selenium. Okay, but if you look at the quality of the companies, right, all big companies, big clients will go with Selenium. Sorry, Tosca. But if you look at the market share is more in Selenium because it is free, open source.
Okay,
So
you
one
are
edge
preferring.
here you get it. One edge here you get is when you go for an interview, for one job, you'll have 10 people competing with you in Selenium, whereas in Tosca, you'll be having 4 to 5 people. There will be competition in both, but the competition is comparatively less in Tosca when compared to Selenium. And you'll be working with good companies because the company is financially strong to invest in the tool. And Tosca is mainly used for ERP based applications. You'll be working on a bigger projects. That is the advantage.
Okay. Can I just know any of the companies which are right now they are using the Toscas, because I don't.
So most of the insurance and banking clients, you want companies or clients?
I mean company.
Companies. See, companies, you can consider Infosys, TCS, Accenture are using Tosca. Coming to the clients, okay, all big clients like, for example, you have this Citibank client, and you have this Bank of America, and all the insurance sectors are making your Mercedes-Benz is also using Tosca. How to know who is using Tosca? You can directly go to the client list. I can show you here.
Okay.
Let me share my screen. So you can do it on yourself. Like, for example, if you're searching for Tosca clients, right? All big names will come into picture. So these are the clients who are using Tosca. Like if you look at this is not a client. For them, it's a client because they have sold a tool to them, right? But if you look at Motorola Solutions and Guardian Industries, CGI, all these people will be using Tosca.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is where you'll get the complete information, like who is working or who are the clients of Tosca.
So
this Tosca.
Sorry?
Salary wise, how the
Market is good. You can claim 1:3 max. That means for 1 year of experience, you can gain 3 lakhs package. If you're having 6 years, you can gain up to 18 lakhs package.
Shekhar, I have to ask, like once we complete the course, no, like what are the certification? Like I have seen that Tosca specialization level 1 and level 2. Will these two topics be covered, or there's a test design also which I'll be able to take it up?
See, I'll tell you the certification path. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, these are the certificates which you have in Tosca. The first level is called as AS1, which is called as Automation Specialist 1. Okay. And second level is called as AS2, which is Automation Specialist 2. Okay. Then you have one. The next level would be AE1 and AE2. AE1 and AE2. And you have one certificate and one more certification with design. I told you, right, multiple combinations you can generate your test data, right? For that you have a certification called as TDS1 and TDS2. Okay, and there is one more path I want to show you. So it depends on what you want to become. Okay, see, this is how they start. They learn the basics. Okay, this is how they start. They learn the basics, and they give the first level of exam, which is AS1, and then they give second level of exam, which is AS2. Okay, then where they want to go, whether they want to go in designing the test cases or creating the scripts. If you want to focus more on designing your test data, right, then you need to go for TDS1 and TDS2. Okay, and if you're more on creating test cases, right, you need to go for AE1 and AE2. Generally, people learn both. Like how many certifications you will be doing is, you will be doing 6 certifications. That is AS1, AS2, AE1, AE2, and TDS1 and TDS2. Once you clear all these 6 certifications, you will be eligible for Tosca Architect level. This is the flow. Okay, and as part of the course, we will be covering AS1, AS2, and TD1. By taking this course, you will be in a position to clear these exams. AS1, AS2, and TD1.
TDS1, is it?
Yes, TDS1.
Okay. And what will be the duration? Like,
so we are
within
targeting for 30 hours.
30 hours. Okay.
So any questions from anyone?
Yeah, is it like weekend classes or weekdays too?
Mostly it will be weekday only. As of now, we have not planned anything like weekend, but depending on the comfort, if there are people who are more willing to join in the weekend, we can even start a weekend batch. If it is a working day, it would be 1 hour of session for 5 days and 1.5 months, which comes around 30 hours. If it is only weekend, it would be 3 hours on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, 3
That we
hours
can
per day.
plan, yeah, that we can plan with the visual path.
Okay. And it's a real time only, right?
Real time
Or,
means
I have can I ask you
the
one question
application
on
given
the
for
let me
remote
tell you,
work.
I don't want to misguide you. I don't want to tell something wrong and do this. Real time, the meaning of real time means the application which is not yet released in the market is real time, and you will be paid money for working on that project. That is the meaning of real time. Okay, many people in the Amirpet market say that we are going to give real time projects or real time work. So when do you say a project is real time means it is not yet released into the market. Okay, you are developing something new and there is a owner or client will be using it. That is called as real time. And when you work on real time, ideally either you need to get money. That is called real time. If you ask me, we will be working on an existing project. It is not a real time project because it is not this project is already available in the market. That is the actual meaning of real time.
no, I'm not asking
so
about
will
in
you
that point
provide
of view.
any projects?
Just I'm asking like suppose I'm a employee in some somewhere like in some company. So if after this course, if I need to work on some project, so in that point of view, can I got knowledge how to work on that?
See, there are two
Or
things.
like is
One
it
is
related to student based like that? Just for my confirmation.
so there are two things here. Technically, you will gain the knowledge. So what are concepts which you are have to use? You will be gaining the knowledge. But if you and you also when you go to an organization for appear for an interview, right? You need the domain knowledge of that particular project. For example, if you're working in an insurance company, insurance project, you should know what do you mean by billing, what do you mean by accounting, what do you mean by policy servicing. Okay, you should know what are claims, you should know what is a disbursement. Okay, you should know what is a configurator. Similarly, if you're working in banking, if you should know what is a wire transaction, you should know what is RTP, real time processing, you should know what is alerts, and you should know what is ACH. There is some terminology. That terminology I can help you from some suggestions. I can train you that when you go and attend a project, this is how you need to talk. That I can help you out. Okay, these two combination only will give you a job. Only domain will not give you a job. Only the concept technology will not give you a job. So as a tester, you should be familiar with that particular domain, and also you should be familiar with the technology. That is how the market is now.
Okay.
Shekhar, when will be the actual classes will be starting? Like for weekend or in the weekdays?
So as of now, we are planning it after Sankranti. That's what I told them. Maybe after 14 we can start the batch.
Even
Because
for
many
weekend
people
batches also? Even for
weekend
weekends?
batches can be from the next week, not this week.
Okay.
Because the coming week is a Sankranti, right? Most of the people will be traveling to their hometowns.
Shekhar, I have one doubt on license, demo license.
Correct. Tell me, Kiran.
Yeah, Shekhar, hi. I am Kiran this side.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Kiran, tell
have
me.
some doubt on like license. Okay. Is don't have
Sorry, your voice is
company
breaking.
email ID, and I have only the Gmail ID. So like, so how can I access the
See, ideally, it is expected to have a business email ID.
like
That we are looking into it because many of the people who come to learn the course, right, may not have a
for the license? I don't have any company email ID. So how can I
We'll try to provide. Let me talk to the management. We'll try to provide. Is there any other way where you can download and access the tool?
company ID?
One more thing, we work on this demo application, no?
Gmail ID option, right?
Gmail ID, you cannot activate the license. It will allow you to
working
download.
before, right? Earlier it
Sorry, can you repeat your question? Your voice is not clear.
Shekhar,
yeah, tell me, Bhargav.
But clearly,
Kiran, we'll come back to you. Just
like
reconnect because your voice is not clear. Just reconnect once again. Kiran, can you rejoin? Your voice is not clear. Or you can type in the chat window what you are asking.
Shekhar, I have a question. Like on Tosca, we'll be working on the demo web shop, right? Is there any other application that we can test on?
I have 2 to 3 applications which I'll be sharing you with as part of the training. There are other websites also for working on this.
Shekhar, Visual Path.
Because where the place I'm working, they've already started with the Tosca. That is the reason I'm just asking, because only the demo web shop I've gone through it. Only that is not
generally for training purpose, they go with web shop, but it is a very simple one. Later you can increase the complexity.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm asking. Will you provide some applications?
Yes, we'll provide.
So that
we'll provide other applications. We have Victory Insurance and we have other applications. We are going to give it. We'll be working on some advanced ERP based applications.
Okay, fine.
So Shekhar, you provide only for training, or you people will place?
I need to check. They were also telling that they are going to place candidates. I need to check with Visual Path on that. I think they will place, but I don't have the exact confirmation. But the plan is to train and place.
Okay.
Demo version is paid version or free trial?
See, demo is paid. It's not paid. It is free only, but it is accessible for only 2 months. After 2 months, you cannot run the script with demo version.
I can change my company mail ID in the demo version. It is possible to extend.
But how you will get a different company mail ID?
Different company, not different company, different person mail ID in same company.
That is not practically possible, because again you need to uninstall it and then install it.
Okay.
See, basically earlier it was happening like as you said, right? After 2 months they are using a different email ID and they are doing it. But now what is happening, like they are not sending. For example, if I send you, for example, let's say you are working in tcs.com. So when you register with tcs.com, right? Once they are sending it, second time when you request, right, they're asking you like, we have already provided a demo. Why do you require one more copy? They're asking, and if they're satisfied, then only they're giving you the license. Otherwise, they're not giving it.
Okay.
So during the training sessions, we will not be having the access for the Tosca. Then how we will perform during?
No. We will provide access. Like we'll try to install it. There are 2 things. One is called as the cloud license. Other one is called as seat license. Cloud license means you can connect from anywhere and you can work on it. Other one is seat license. Seat license means it will be fixed to your tool only. It will be fixed to your laptop only. So in that case, you can work. We will go only with the hands-on training. It will not be theoretical. We will try to provide everybody that license, at least for the crack version for 2 months, not the complete one.
Okay, I see that like few peoples in the other training institute, my friends and all, they have got the access within the Gmail itself. So
That was in 2021. Now in 22 they have changed it recently. Even I try to access it, it's failing with Gmail. Just to find, we'll also find it out. But from 2022 it is not happening. I know that, but I need to check once again.
okay,
They have
so
changed
Mean,
the panel.
okay,
mean that 2021 before versions are accepting Gmail?
None is accepting Gmail. Earlier it was working with Gmail, but currently they have disabled that feature. Means you can download the tool, but you cannot activate the license with Gmail. I can show you if you want how this happens. Once again, are you able to see my screen?
yes, we can.
See, basically you have an option here called as license. Okay, then you have to use connect. Okay, when I use connect, right? So earlier I was able to do it with my Gmail also. Okay, it will try to retrieve the license. It says that it is working fine, and you will be in a position to see it. So I have a license here. I have a Tosca Community Edition, and it is available with you permanently. But when I try to log in with some other user, I'll try to log in with my company account also. This is what you are getting when you try to log in now. It says that account not found, like this. It is even so. That means now they have restricted it. Okay, but we'll solve this issue. This is this will take care. Don't worry about this part. Licensing part we'll handle it.
Okay, so we are just we'll be not just commencing the class within the days. You mean to say that?
Sorry.
You mean to say that the classes will not be conducting within a few days because as we are not getting the license for this, right?
No. By next week we'll try to arrange the license. In this week we are going to talk and we are going to get the license. That is trial, not the complete license. That is possible. Trial is possible.
Trial is possible.
Yeah. So you can contact Visual Path, and also this is my number. If you have anything, you can contact on me or Visual Path. Anything is fine. Okay.
Okay, fine.
So any other questions from anybody?